oh, I just wish I could do that. I don't have a van, or I don't even know where to get started. So
It's like how to get started with camping.
Yeah.
Like
just getting out there,
yeah.
and it's van life / car camping
Yeah.
/ getting out on the road and just doing trips in your local area.
Yeah. It's definitely not for everyone. Some people do not like camping at all.
Why are you looking at me when you say that? And we're back.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to DJ Adventures. This is Doug. I'm Jamie. One of the things that I noticed that a lot of people said in the beginning before we even had a van, they would just be like, oh, I wish I could do that, or I don't even know where to start, or it could just feel overwhelming for anyone out there that might be wondering, how the heck do I just get started with this? So here are 5 tips for you on how to get started with van life or camping or even part-time van life. I think the biggest thing for me is just keeping it simple. So that's a little bonus for you, so you're welcome. Don't say I didn't give you anything. Tip number 1.
You don't need a van.
You don't need a van.
Whatever car you have, even if you don't have a car, you can rent a car to go out and go camping. You don't even need a tent. You can go car camping. You can go in your car, throw a sleeping bag in the back, and get out there.
But that's the thing. A lot of people think you have to have a van, like you have to have all the essentials.
Or you don't. 4-wheel drive.
No, you don't. You just go with what you have and go where you can. So it doesn't have to, like, if you're short on time, you have a crazy schedule, and you just literally have 24 hours, you can do an overnight trip. Find a friend that has a SUV. Whatever you can. You don't need a van. And if you have a van, you don't need a fancy decked out Sprinter van that you see all over Instagram. We certainly don't have one. We didn't have one when we started. No. We just worked with what we had. So work with what you have and just make it happen.
The van that we use right now doubles as my work van.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. When you go online, everything is very set up and perfect to capture that moment. And that's what it's for. Those photos look great. So, that takes a lot of effort, and good on them. But it makes you, the beginner, feel like if I don't have that, it's not going to be good enough.
Yeah. Or like, I don't have all the money to invest in a van like that, or I just have my little Toyota. Like, that's perfect. That is like more than a lot of people have. Yes. So if you have that, you literally can start next weekend.
Yeah. All you have to do is plan ahead to where you can go. Make sure it's somewhere that you can legally park your car and stay overnight. And go.
And there's so many resources for that. Don't let it intimidate you. Work with what you have and start planning now.
Tip number 2 is, it doesn't have to be very far away. In Melbourne, there's heaps of local places that are great for going out and doing overnight camps. So if you've got this grand idea of a road trip in your head, a road trip doesn't mean you have to be on the road for 6 hours.
Exactly. Like, we're going away in 2 weeks, and it's literally like a 45-minute drive, and it's still gonna be amazing, and I can't wait for it. So don't feel like it has to be in another state or this exotic place. You literally just have to do a little research on Google and find some cool places that other people have been. Like, search geotags on Instagram, like hashtags, and like Google some places and then look at them on Instagram, and you'll get some ideas of places that feel right for you. So it doesn't have to be far. Don't feel like you have to be driving for hours and hours, because that can get you into the overwhelm of, how am I going to do all this driving alone? Like I said, keep it simple. We have a really good app that will show you a lot of free camp spots around Australia. So if you're someone that's in Melbourne or somewhere in Australia, we will be sharing that in another episode coming soon. They might have a similar version for, in the States. So stay tuned for that. All right, number 3. So number 3 is focus on the simple essentials. Like I keep saying, keep it simple. Go to your local thrift store, your op shop, to look for secondhand stuff. This doesn't have to break the bank. It doesn't have to be this luxury thing. You're just getting started. You're just testing the waters and seeing if this is even for you. Because camping in van life and car camping, it's not for everyone.
I'm not saying you don't like it. Obviously you like camping. I'm saying, there's some people out there that need to be glamping, and that ain't.
Yes, there's a
That ain't
difference between glamping and camping.
Difference
But
between glamping and
if you
camping.
are a glamper, there's so many resources out there that
Yes.
will just. But also, we did see some campsites have en-suites where you can like back up your
Yeah.
car, and it has like a toilet and shower that like right next to your little campsite. So you'll sleep in your car and you'll have a little campfire, but you're backed up to a place where it has a toilet and shower, which I think is amazing.
That is amazing.
If you're someone that doesn't really want to go and have a bush pee.
Don't get me wrong, like, we love a good Airbnb trip, but there's a difference between that and camping.
Yeah,
That's
we
all
like
I'm
to
saying.
mix it up. So
So yeah, I think one thing when you're new to camping and getting into it, it's very easy to go down the rabbit hole of all the gear, all the kit gear. You know, like we have this set of cutlery that's like perfect camping cutlery that folds into itself.
yeah.
And it's amazing, but when you're just getting into it and getting started, your
Just
cutlery
use it.
out of the drawer will do.
Yeah.
You know,
Just
So-
use what you have.
use what you have, keep it simple. Don't stress out about not having the best camping gear going around. Facebook Marketplace and op shops are great resources for
Thrift shops.
thrift shops. Op shops is what they're called.
Opportunity shops.
Find yourself a great opportunity, mate. Number 4, make sure that your car is serviced and that you have roadside assist. Even though we've said you don't have to go on long drives, you might find somewhere that you really want to check out that is a couple of hours away, and you're going to want to make sure that your car is serviced and that you have roadside assist. In Australia, that's RACV.
In the States, it's State Farm. I don't know.
Whatever you can get your hands on.
I've been out of the country too
Whatever
long.
you can get your hands on. You know it's summer, not when Google tells you it's summer, when you hit the road and you see all those cars pulled over on their side and their radiators are overheating. It happens every year here without a doubt. Don't be that. Don't be that person.
Yeah. I ditched my graduation party early to drive to a concert in New York, and it broke down in the middle of the highway.
Don't be 18-year-old Jamie. Get your car serviced.
The thing is, when it comes to travel and
Yeah.
trips, something is going to go wrong,
Mhm.
and you should always expect for
Uh-huh.
something to go wrong while you're traveling. So do what you can to prevent it from being the car, because especially if you're doing car camping, that's the last thing you want to go wrong.
Tip number 5 is just lower those expectations and keep it simple. You know, this is life. Things are going to go wrong. So take a friend, take some playing cards, take a fire starter and your favorite drink, plan ahead, and just go out and enjoy your first trip.
Yeah.
Don't overdo it. Don't book too much. Don't drive too far. You know,
Yeah, especially if it's going to be a short and sweet trip.
yeah.
Don't try and do all the things. Like, maybe pick 1 or 2 spots in the area that you want to go and see, if there's any tourist attractions, or if it is just like by a lake or something,
Mhm.
just chill out, enjoy it.
Mhm.
There's so many resources out there for you guys to just look in your area,
Mm.
see what other people are going, you
Mhm.
know, where they're going,
Mhm.
and, you know, what they recommend, and seeing the reviews, because I feel like that really helps. One of the places that we were looking at, it seemed great, and then there was a review that there was so many bees in the morning, and I was like,
wanna do
not
that.
for me, not
Don't
for
wanna do
me,
that.
honey, I am tapping out.
Mhm.
No. So it's just little things like that. So look into it, do a little bit of research, and yeah, and just have fun. Keep it simple, have fun.
We're going to be going out there on the road, camping and adventuring. We've got an episode coming up where we're going to be sharing our favorite apps that we use to show us campsites and adventure sites. We're obviously going to be going out there and doing the journey. We're going to be going out there and showing you the things that we pack. So, like, subscribe, share.
If you want to support us. If you don't, then why are you here? Guys, we're really trying to grow this channel. We appreciate all the support, all the views, all the likes, all the subscribe. You want to do something good for the planet today, subscribe to our channel, okay?
Subscribe for the baby Jesus.
So we'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.
That's not going to be our outro.